Dude,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
Thanks for being on the McGruntled podcast. I appreciate it. Did you know I had a podcast?
You just told me about it before we started recording.
I did, but you didn't know before that.
No.
Okay. I just find people interesting, so I interview them. Like, I find that when I'm interacting with most people, what they want is to be seen and to be heard and to be understood. It's sort of what I do for a living, and I like giving that to people. I like just listening. So I thought I would take this opportunity to interview you, because you and your siblings are like some of my favorite people. I like you guys a lot.
What about mom? What about mom's kids?
My mom's kids.
Wait, that like
Your mom?
like Liam and Wyatt. Yeah.
That's your Aunt Brooke. Those are my nephews. Those are your cousins. Yes, I love them very much. I care about them very much.
Do you like Pop?
I love Pop. Yeah.
Do you like great 15 grades, 2,000 more grades, great.
I don't know those people. I know you're the person we call Pop is your great grandfather. My grandfather. He's your great grandfather.
I had two grandpas. I have two grandpas.
Yeah, Poppy
And Papa.
and Pawpaw, and then there's Pop, who's 88, born in 1933.
That is a while ago.
That's a long time ago, isn't it?
And you're still surviving. Like, that's impressive.
The older I get, the more I like him. I've always liked him. He's a difficult man, but I like difficult people.
Because you like a challenge?
I find that difficult people have depth to them. They're difficult because they've experienced hardships in life. And those hardships make them what's called defensive, which means they're very worried about getting hurt again. So they have these ways of pushing people out of their lives to ensure that they don't get hurt.
And then that happens to another person. That person that was pushed pushes another person. That person who got pushed just keeps going forever.
I am always baffled by your intelligence, by how smart you are. That is so true. Most people don't realize it. Most people don't know what you just expressed. Yes. And it goes from generation to generation to generation, person to person, community to community, nation to nation. It has a way of spreading.
Like the virus.
That's a very good analogy. It's exactly like the virus. How do you think you overcome that?
Overcoming the virus?
The virus that we've sort of talked about of people who are hurt, who tend to push other people out of their lives, be defensive, protect themselves from getting hurt.
But they're defensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You know what to defend yourself means?
oh yeah, it means like you're like, go home or I'll get rid of you. I'll squish you like a pancake.
That's exactly right. See, even your posture, when you put your fists up like that, that's a defensive posture. Now, if you were trying to get to know somebody and they were standing like that while you were like, hi, do you want to be my friend? And they were standing like that, what would that tell you?
That would tell me to run.
They want to, yeah, that they're not exactly a safe person to be around, right?
Yeah, but then they'd probably come around eventually.
That's right. It's kind of what I do. Is that somebody who wants to fight me, whether it be emotionally or physically, that doesn't really bother me.
Like what you just told me,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm next to the blacktop and the climber at the same time at Hempfield School District, and in Pennsylvania, and then I'm like, it's just me and this other guy, like, you wanna fight?
Right?
And I'm like,
But you're just trying to be his friend, but he He is just standing there ready to fight just in case you're dangerous. See, a lot of people go through life looking at a person like that and wondering what they did wrong to make that person angry. And so they look at that and they're afraid of that person, and they keep distance from them. They try not to upset them. They give them space. But then they never get to know that difficult person.
You know what I do if they want to fight?
What do you do?
I'll fight back. Because I've been boxing, like punching things.
Well, when is it an appropriate time to fight somebody? I mean, it's something that we've talked about. I don't know if my answer is the best one, but we've discussed it.
We already got, it says 1 viewer when we're recording. See that?
That is awfully peculiar, even though we're offline.
Yeah, we're not going live, so
No, we're not live.
you could just leave viewer.
I don't know how somebody's viewing this. That's very weird.
It must be someone in the Project Zergo leader. Like, they hack onto stuff. Like, there's like still hackers. Like in Texas, there's like the Black Pyramid in the middle of Texas.
What's this from? Who talks about this?
Spy Ninjas.
Oh, okay.
They're like, we need to take down Project Zorgo. We need to take down Alley.
Is it from YouTube?
No. Well, no, like, they don't really, well, like, they said, well, let's take down Project Zorgo. This is just too much. They've been doing too much stuff. They already deleted one of my YouTube videos.
Oh, so it's like hackers getting on YouTube. See, but we're not connected to the internet or anything right now, so that 1 viewer, it must just be a mistake. It's very bizarre. What were we talking about? Oh, when it was the right time to fight.
Yeah, the right time to fight is if someone is just gonna tackle you, and that'd be the right time to fight. Or like, they would just start fighting when you won't even notice it.
So, I think to state it more clearly, I hear elements of what we've discussed, but you should make every attempt to get away. And if somebody's hurting you, or hurting somebody in our family or somebody that we love,
I'm gonna.
You have permission to fight.
Yes, if
somebody's hurting Sully,
or
somebody's hurting
when she's older.
Yeah.
But like, I'd be like, oh, you're going down. Like, you want to die? You want to die?
Your trash talk is excellent.
Because, don't make me do this. Like,
is that something you think about often?
No.
You don't worry about that too much?
No, I don't worry about that too much.
You shouldn't have to. That's a big responsibility.
Yes.
That hopefully you're never in a position to have to worry about, and I'm always nearby to ensure that that's my responsibility and not yours.
So like, if I see like a big dude that I can't handle on, like they just take me away or something. Like if I see this grown up tackling.
Should you get help?
No, like if it's like tackling like Sully and
oh my goodness.
Well, I mean like you or mom or something, and then like
you should call for help. If it's a big grown up, you're not going to be able to fight. So you need to get other people involved. You need to draw attention to the situation.
Yes, but if there's no help that is needed, you know what I do? Like if it's somewhere in the backyard, then I'd be like, "Hey, you suck! You're in my way! You're dumb."
Does it feel? We don't usually allow words like that in our house. You know that.
But I try to get attention so they would focus on me, and then you or mom could get away.
Right.
And then and then I go into the sunroom, lock the sunroom door, lock every door there is. You run as fast as you can with mom away.
If I'm there,
get help.
If I'm there, I'll be handling it. You don't think too much about this, right? Because it's something I don't want you to have to play out any scenarios in your head or worry about too terribly much.
No, I'm definitely not going to worry that much.
Good, don't worry.
Because look, you got a gun safe.
I do,
yes.
And I don't like to talk about that.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, people.
I'm just not comfortable talking about my firearm collection on YouTube. It is extensive, so maybe I'm not. But I don't want to discuss it with you. I don't feel like that's appropriate.
Okay. well, you have that.
Although you're a good shot.
Yes, we have that. We got security cameras.
Yeah.
Surrounding the front yard.
The more we talk about this, the more I think you've thought about this. I don't want you. One of my point is I don't want you to have to worry about such things.
I'm not worrying
Okay.
about it. I'm telling you why I'm not worrying about this, because
Okay.
you have the thing that you don't like to talk about on YouTube. You have the security cameras
Yeah.
where the mulch area is, the front yard, and surrounding the whole grass part of the yard.
Yes, there are cameras everywhere.
Yes, there are cameras everywhere, and you know what's even better
What's that?
is if something like not that expensive is stolen, and you want it back though.
Yeah.
Then there's this company. Well, like Papa, like mom's dad.
Yeah.
Papa. Like got someone stole stuff in his woodshed,
Correct.
and then there was this company that he told the company what got stolen.
It was
and
the
then-
police.
Yeah, no, it was this company.
Oh, it was insurance.
Yeah, and then like they could tell like how much money it was,
Right.
what the thing was, they know
Right.
where it came from, they know where they bought it. They're not spying on people and like know your information. They're like, you tell the information, what got stolen. They have this like device that could tell. You could tell the device what got stolen, and then the device hears what the person says, and then it knows how much money that thing was
Cost.
cost,
And then reimburse.
and then you can pay it back.
Right. So that works out.
Yes,
Right.
and Popo used that company. He never got
He never got his stuff back.
He got his stuff back, but then like it never got stolen again, and it was like, and that company worked. It didn't, like, nothing bad happened to him.
You know, as I'm listening, something I want to be mindful of is not passing on to you a lot of my own fears and anxieties and worries that I carry. So I try to work really hard to control my own emotions around you, which is sort of impossible because you're just, you're a byproduct of me. What?
So,
What did I say?
like, you're saying you try to control your emotions, and you say it's basically impossible, so why don't you just don't control your emotions?
Well,
And then
no, it's very important that we always try to control our emotions.
But then, like you say, it never works, and it's impossible.
Well, what I'm
for you.
saying is that it's impossible for me to fully not be influenced by my own experiences when I'm parenting you.
So, like, if I do something that you think is a bad choice,
Yeah.
you're like, no, I need to control my anger. No, I can't handle it. And then you're like, punch something, like you never punch something.
I was gonna say, have I ever punched anything?
No,
Nope.
you never. Like, what I meant is like punch like a pillow or a couch.
Oh, I go deal with my frustration. Yeah, absolutely, because you don't deserve to be treated that way.
But then,
And so my point is that yes, sometimes your behavior is not your fault. You behave very well. For an 8-year-old, I'm very happy with who you are and how you behave, and most of the choices that you make, and even the choices you make that are wrong sometimes, they're still like normal mistakes.
no, I've been alive for 3 million days now, and 3,468,000.
I could tell you.
days.
No, I can tell you exactly how long you've been alive. It's 365 times 8 plus 2, because today's the 6th and your birthday was the 4th. But you've been on this earth 8 years and 2 days.
8 years and 2 days. So how much days? So 1 year's
65
365 days.
times
So-
8.
times 8
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 days.
Yeah.
So,
My thing is I want to try to protect you from the experiences that I had, um, and how they affect me. I don't want to pass how I experience the world and feel about the world on to you.
because if you pass it on to me, then I'll do the same thing that you did, and you will fail as a father.
In so many words, yeah. Have I told you this before?
Yes.
I have. Okay.
You told me many times.
Have I? All right.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to make sure that I know,
What do I want to make sure that you know?
like, what you're saying.
Right. Do I reiterate things a lot?
What does that mean?
Do I say things many times over and over again?
Yes, but not like constantly. No, well, not like.
Does it
over-
annoy you?
No, it doesn't annoy me.
Okay.
It's like I.
It's okay for you to say that it does.
I understand that you're trying to tell me and keep it in my head for as long as I can.
Yeah.
So like, you say it just once, and then like you wait a couple of months, and then you say it again, and it keeps going, and then like eventually you stop for like a year, and then
I bring it up enough that you remember.
yes, I do remember that.
Anything you think I could be doing better?
Try to hold your swear words. Well, like,
I do like to swear.
yes, it is a complicated source, sort of.
It is. It is. I don't feel that swearing is necessarily immoral. I don't swear at certain times in order to be considerate of how other people feel about swearing.
Yes.
But I'm not very good at. Your mom helps me with that a lot.
Yes, and then you get better at it, and you learn on your way. Still, you're gonna learn until you die.
That's right.
And then you're gonna keep learning in heaven, and then God's gonna tell you the things, and then you're gonna be like, "Wow, that's really interesting." And then He's gonna snap His fingers. Your brain, and then like your head is gonna keep like remembering that forever and ever and ever in heaven, and then you're like, "When's forever and ever?"
Mm. You have a lot of thoughts about what happens after death.
Yeah, well, I don't like talking about it.
Okay. We don't have to then. Let's not.
Well, like, so, like,
I just noticed you have a lot of thoughts about it.
yeah, but then, like, and then, Dad, yeah, when, about the swearing, your mom helps you, and then, like,
Mom is very proper.
yes, like the swearing, and then, like,
She has better manners.
it's addicting when you say swear words, and then once you're, like, not addicted to anymore, your brain is like, your goal is to not say any more swear words ever in your life again.
Yeah. So this is probably confusing. Can I explain a bit more about how I feel about swear words? I don't necessarily think that they're wrong. I don't necessarily think that they're bad. I think that what makes them wrong and bad is that people decided that those were words that were bad. And not saying those words or engaging in certain things gives them a sense that they're better or superior because they don't say certain words.
But that's not true. They just think that.
Right.
But then it's not true, and they're still the same, and just like you could just let them move on and say,
Right.
like they probably wouldn't say anything that they're better than you.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of people in our lives, in my life, most people in my life think that. And I care about them more than I do my own liberty, my own freedom to swear. Does that make sense? So like I care about my relationship with them more than I do my thoughts about how stupid it is that swearing is improper. I don't care that people swear so long as what they say isn't ignorant or stupid or prejudiced. You know, like I don't care how people express themselves so long as how they're expressing themselves is thoughtful. But I have to care because society cares. So if I walk into a restaurant, it's improper for me to say the F word.
So then
If you go to school and you say the F word,
I'm going to be in big trouble.
you're going to be in big trouble. And that's how the world works. I don't agree with how the world works, but in order to get, it's not worth the fight to go correct everyone and impose my language on everyone. I have to be considerate. I know that's complicated.
But no, it's not complicated. I actually understand because I'm 8 and I've been learning, like listening to my teacher. Every single word she says, I just listen and listen because I'm 7 and I should know to listen by now.
You're 8?
Yes, and I was 7 back then, and then I turned 8, and then like when I was 6, when I was just about to turn 7, I was like, I realized that I get more rewards than I think, and then I'm like, I should actually like be more considerate for the things I get. And then like I get more rewards by being more considerate.
Yeah.
Yes, because like.
So you learn it's a good thing to think about other people than to just only think about yourself.
But then then I got a brain lesson. I was like, if I keep doing this, I'll keep getting more rewards, and people will be happy that what the decision I made, and then I won't get into more trouble.
Yeah.
Because when I was in kindergarten, I had this friend Alan, and he thought it was really funny when I did bad stuff, like I said swear words in kindergarten, and I stick the middle finger up.
I remember your teacher. She might see this. You want me to tag her in it? Who was your teacher then? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I'm friends with her on Facebook. I'll send it to her.
Okay, but then like.
Alan thought it was funny. He would encourage you.
Yes, he would encourage me. He thought it was funny because like I did something bad, and then like he's like, that is like so weird. Why do you say that? And then like he's like, do it like, and then he's like, it's just so funny that you say that. But like I also do pretty funny things that are not bad in kindergarten, like it's it's rude to do, like it's not polite.
Okay.
So like I was a packer in kindergarten. I ripped off a bag of fruit snacks, and then I was just like, and then I squirted all them into my mouth, and he was like, why? Why? It's so funny. Yeah.
Sometimes you do things just to get a laugh out of other people.
Yeah, but now I feel like, but then I just realized, like 2 seconds ago, I just realized that I already get enough attention.
You get enough attention?
Yes.
How do you know when you've gotten enough attention?
Because like people talk to me a lot. They like, and like I was just like, why am I doing this to myself? I'm like a 48-year-old guy. Like I'm acting like a 48-year-old guy who lives with this group of boys, and they're like, let's go get a deer or something.
Who are the group of boys? You mean me? And Sully?
I'm imagining of the swear shack.
The swear shack.
Yeah, but like it's not true. So like this random group of boys, it could be the swear shack, it could be any group of boys. And they're like, I live with this group of boys, and they agree to live with me as well. And then like they're like, let's go kill a deer or something. and then we just go, we get one, eat it. God's happy with that, but like, it's there. It's not. God's not happy that we killed the deer, but God's okay because we ate the deer.
Mm-hmm.
Because so the deer comes to use.
Right.
Yes.
But before that, you were talking about imagining a world in which you are participating with a bunch of adults, and you feel like you're getting enough attention from them. That's where we started? Did that morph into something else?
No. It was so I think I got enough attention when I was a kid, like 5 or 6. I was like,
Okay.
I got like I was like I got enough attention as a kid,
Yeah.
and then I was like, so say I live with this group of boys, and so like we were done with the funny part, and then like I did bad decisions as a 6-year-old
Right.
because stick the middle finger up, like so it's kind of like.
And you're saying you learned from those decisions so that when you're older?
No, I learn by the punishments I get.
Okay.
I'm learning by the punishments.
Okay.
Because I don't like punishments because when I was like a kid, like 4 or 5 and 6, I was just like getting punishments all the time.
Did it feel that way?
Yes, I got slapped in the face by my brother. It's just so hard. Like,
That sounds hard.
I wanted to die because.
I remember you talking about that.
Yes.
You still feel that way sometimes?
No, not anymore.
Hmm.
And I got picked on like that because I made punishment because I got the punishments that I deserved.
Mm. You think you deserved to have your brother hit you?
No, like
You didn't deserve that.
no, like
That's something you mentioned.
well, yes, I did deserve that because
no, you don't deserve to be hit in the face.
I felt like I deserved that because like the court's in the way.
Sorry.
Because like I was just like antagonizing my brother. He got mad. He hit me. You got mad. You sent me to my room sometimes.
Sure.
You gave me consequences that I feel like that I should have right now if I did something bad. And then like I just like when that time I just hated you at that time because like I tried to make I regretted the things that I said in my head, like in my head just bursted out. I hate mom and dad.
Sure.
And then I regret my decision.
Yeah.
That I said, and then I punched myself.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? Or do you want me to just listen some more?
And then like I start becoming a better person because I need to get punished myself.
Yeah.
I just need to face the consequence, ignore the consequence, and then just move on.
Okay. I can tell that you work really hard to keep the people around you happy. And I can tell you try so hard to make sure that nobody around you is ever mad at you or upset with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
You work really hard to make sure I'm happy, and to make sure that mom's happy, and make sure that you're doing what's expected of you. And I want you to know that you exceed my expectations of you, and that I could not be happier with you as a son. And I see you working really hard, and I know that you and I have this thing in common. You're hard on yourself. But I just want you to know that I get frustrated, I get angry, so does mom. But I am so happy with you.
Because I made that bad decision.
I'm happy with you because of who you are. I expect you to make bad decisions, and you're never going to stop making bad decisions. You're going to grow up and make better decisions, but you're still going to make decisions that aren't the best. and that's okay.
Yes.
But for somebody your age, I think that you make very good choices, and I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to think kindly of yourself and know that um, I'm really happy with you, and that you should be happy with yourself if you can be.
Yes, but then like I started making decisions
Mm-hmm.
where I made other people happy. They got happy, and then they gave me rewards, and I kept doing that. I
Right.
got addicted to it.
You got addicted to doing good and making people happy.
Yes,
Right.
and that's good.
It is good, but I can tell that you're really afraid of disappointing people. I think.
Yes, because I was just like getting pushed on, and I still get pushed today by like this friend named is like just like I can't even explain it. Like he's just such a bad dude because first of all, he called my mom fat when my mom was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so bad. I got like he just told me to do something, so I said, "Your mom sits on a quilt. Your mom can sit on a quilt." That's what I said. And then the person was like, "What does that even mean?"
That really hurt your feelings.
Yes. So my head, my heart, and my lungs, and like all the other systems, just told me to burst out something mean.
And what did you do?
I said, "Your mom can sit on a quilt."
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend Brian, which is a really good dude, but still makes bad decisions, which I'm okay with. He's like, "Ooh, oh, your mom's gonna be mad at that one."
That really hurt you.
Yes,
We've talked about that a lot.
that really hurt me. I'm starting to stop talking about it, but like ever since he started talking about it, like he said my mom was fat, I was like, yeah, just that's too
If you
much.
could go back in time, would you handle it? Would you handle it differently?
Yes, yes, I would. There's two different things I could go back in time. So anything could go possible. I go back in time. I do the same decision because I go back in time. I'm still 7. I don't know that I should hold hold my whole body and not burst things out. And then I'm 7, and then I just burst it out. I do the same thing when I go back in time because I'm only 7 and I still don't know. Or I go back in time. I'm 8, and I could do it differently.
The point of me asking that is so that we can learn if you're in that situation again what to do better. I'm going to sneeze probably. And remember, because I had surgery, I got to sneeze with my mouth open. So if that happens, don't be scared.
No,
I'm going to sneeze that way with my mouth open.
I'm not scared of sneeze. I'm not scared of the sneeze because, like when I'm not aware of that sneeze and it's just coming out of nowhere, I'm just like, who did that?
Yeah.
That scared me to death. I am gonna look out for that.
Yeah. I feel like I'd like to take a break because I feel like we talked about some really heavy things. We could take a moment to process it. Would you? We don't have to talk.
We can stop right now.
Yeah, but you don't have to do this again. Is there anything you don't want shared, or were you happy with this conversation?
I'm happy with this conversation, but can I share one more thing at least?
Please.
So soon when I'm a grown up, when I'm 29.
Yeah.
And then I go back I'm able to go back in time when person said that, and then I'm 29. I'm way taller than him.
Right.
He's only 4 feet 9 inches.
That's pretty big for an 8-year-old. 7-year-old. So my point is you hear how you imagine yourself in the future reliving this situation, but you're less helpless then, and you know, and you're better prepared for situations like that.
Yeah, so like I'm 29, I go back in time, and then he says it, and then I'm like, "You better go home, boy. I'm throwing you out of the fence."
So if you can't tell, Finnigan has listened to Pantera's Walk, because he says, "Walk on home, boy," and that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would say that. Phil Anselmo would be proud.
I really like that.
Yeah, I know you do. You want to listen to it now?
Sure.
All right. Thanks for joining me, Finn. I want you to know I'm really proud of you. I like who you are, and I want to help you not be so hard on yourself and know that Mom and Dad, we both, we just really think the world of you and the job that you're doing, as a son, as a brother, as a student. I'm very, very pleased with you. Okay? Love you, dude.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.